Back on the show is Albert Morales, who's going to be taking on newly signed UFC bantamweight Andre Soukhamthath at UFC 209 on March 4th. Albert, what's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much. Just enjoy my time, ready to fight. That's it.
Yeah, I was going to say, this matchup kind of came out of nowhere, kind of came together. How long had this been in the works? Because we just found out about this like last week.
We found out the day before you guys found out.
Oh, crazy.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's nutty. Like, were you just, I guess, asking for a fight? Because, it'd been a while since you last fought. I imagine, you wanted to get right back in there.
Definitely. Me and my coaches were talking. We wanted to fight in March, specifically 209, because it being in Vegas. And so we petitioned for it. We begged for it. Didn't look like we were going to get it. 2 weeks out, didn't look like we were going to get it this week. Finally, we got mention of a name, and we said, sure, we're down. And next thing you know, they said, yo, here's your name, and that's it.
Wow, it's crazy. Because, we got the card, next Saturday? So it's not like you got, adequate time to sort of take this one. As far as Andre goes, though, is he someone you were familiar with even before you took this fight? Because you guys both fought on Access TV. You fought for RFA, and he obviously fought for CES.
No, I never really looked into him. But I checked him out a little bit. Yeah, and he's definitely he's a good fighter, man. He's experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's got pretty good striking. He's got decent ground game. He's got pretty good wrestling. So he definitely belongs. He belongs in the UFC, definitely.
Stuff. Got to talk about your last fight. I got to give you props, man. You went toe to toe with Thomas Almeida, and I know things didn't go your way, but you weren't afraid to sort of go out of your style. You're a brawler for sure. What did you sort of take away the most from that fight?
Definitely that I got to brawl a little smarter, man. I learned a lot, man. I learned that I got to keep myself mentally intact. The hip up. I hit him once, and then I felt that I could just go after him. I thought I could do it, and I ended up blowing my wad. I didn't stick back to my basics, and as soon as I blew my wad, I went back to just throwing and just being real sloppy. So I picked a lot up from that fight. I'm into this one and, win a couple more and then eventually, call for that rematch in Sao Paulo, Brazil, exactly the same way, but I want a full camp this time.
Nice. I like that. And I like what you said about the fight too, taking away some of the, the things that you need to work on. That's always good to kind of identify those things. How was it competing in Brazil? I know some fighters, they hated it. Some fighters like it. What was your experience in Brazil?
I loved it, man. It wasn't Brazil, don't get me wrong. Brazil is a beautiful country and everything like that. But I loved the fans out there. They truly love like the sport of MMA. They hated me, don't get me wrong, but they still took a picture with me. And at the end of the fight, they still cheered me on, and they appreciate the fact that me and Thomas Almeida went out there and fought, gave it everything. So I definitely love the people out there. I would love to go out maybe 2-3 weeks in advance so I can get acclimated a little bit better. The time changes a little bit harder. But definitely, just Brazil is awesome, man. If I wouldn't have gone on 209, I would have petitioned to go in London. I want to travel, man. Like, come on, I get to fight and travel and put on shows for fans, for millions of people. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, you might as well get some frequent flyer medals out of this MMA career, right? Gotta rack them up and get some different experiences too, because you only live once, right? So.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Bring my family around sometimes. Yeah, you only live once, man. You got to appreciate everything.
Now that you've had a chance to sort of assess him and everything, how do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel it's a really good matchup against him. I feel like he's definitely a good fighter, man. He's got good striking. He's got a really nice jab. But for the things that we've improved on since this last camp, since these last fights, we've improved on things that kind of work well towards him. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Sure, it's short notice. Sure, it sucks. I have to cut a lot more weight in a short amount of time. But the things that we've worked on kind of benefit us in this fight. So we kind of lucked out in that. But no, definitely, he's definitely a tough opponent, and it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. Let's talk about your training camp. Who are some of the people helping you get ready for this matchup?
Oh man, I came back home. I started training back at Black House again with Coach Kenny Johnson. It's awesome there, man. Training partners, we got Alan Joban, we got Tommy Aaron, Shaymore, Mario Israel. Let me see, we have so many killers right there. Jamie Yeager. just everybody at Black House, at the movement, Coach James, my friend Chris 100 Rounds who's fighting today, Marilyn Petrov, and my boy Neil, Maku. There's just a bunch of guys, and Carlson Gracie team, man, just the whole squad. They all know who they are.
Yeah, it's too bad Black Zillions split up, because it could have been like Black House versus Black Zillions. But I guess now it's called Combat Club over there where Andre's training. It's kind of the reformed Black Zillions. So it's kind of cool though, because you got two big camps kind of going head to head.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's what it's about, man. You know, we're different teams, and we're just gonna go out there and fight, and it's cool. It's really cool. I got one of my friends. What's his name? Dude, I met him in Brazil. He fought in Brazil with me. He wants to fight Damian Maia, but he just got a fight.
Usman. Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Brazilians, and he's a killer, dude. He's such a cool dude. We were supposed to play Xbox when we were up in Brazil, because I always bring my Xbox with me, and it just didn't work out.
Awesome. How's the weight cut going to bantamweight?
Same old. It's just like I had to lose an extra, X amount of pounds, more than I usually do at this week. But I'm already caught up, and right now it's just kind of coasting. Just got to keep up what I'm doing, and that's about it. But everything's great, man.
Good to hear. March 4th, what's your prediction? How do you see this fight ending?
Oh, definitely. The second round, TKO, submission. I feel that it's going to, first round is going to dictate, what's going to happen, how I'm going to finish it. But there's no rush into it, man. I'm really focusing right now on just like tuning myself in. And if it comes in the first, it comes in the first. But for sure, it's not getting past the second. By then, I should analyze everything up and finish them off. But it's definitely going to be a good fight. It's going to be entertaining.
Before I let you go here, you talked a bit about it off the top. You're a video game guy. We always talk about this when we do these interviews. What are you playing right now as far as video games?
As far as video games, man, right now I'm playing For Honor. Awesome game, man. I'm not getting. It came out like 2 weeks ago. I was part of the beta, or last week. I didn't get to play too much because this whole fight situation right now. But it's a great game, man. Samurais, Vikings, and Knights fighting. Can't beat that, man. But right now, the game that I'm waiting for comes out, I think, March, probably the second week of March. It's called Ghost Recon Wildlands. Look up that trailer. It's ridiculous. It's like it's Ghost Recon, so secret service, or not secret service, special forces going after like cartels. It doesn't get better than that.
Cool. And we're certainly looking forward to you returning to the cage coming up here, UFC 209, March 4th. Albert, always enjoy talking to you, man. Really appreciate you taking the time. Where can people find you on social media? And if you got any thank yous or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Oh, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, man. Team Warrior. Shout out to all MMA fans. Teams, Black House, Carlson Gracie, The Movement, my strength and conditioning coach, Mike Savai, all my teammates. I'm not going to shout you guys out because there's so many. Warrior 135 UFC, and that's Twitter, Instagram, and that's Twitch. So if you like playing video games, I haven't been on lately, but give me a follow. I will be back on as soon as this fight's over. And Facebook, just add me if you guys want me, and feel free if any upcoming fighters, you guys are more than welcome to just hit me up, and I answer questions as much as you guys can, as much as you guys want.